Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Raynday Gaming. My name's Raynday. How's everybody doing today? I'm excited to be taking you through another god guide for Odin, the Norse Allfather. Very famous god in the real world. He is a melee physical warrior with high crowd control, high area damage, and pretty easy to pick up and play in Smite. So I've got my brother Ares over here. Not my actual brother, but just a brother, you know, how black people use it. But we're going to be going ahead into a build for Odin today, and I'm going to be walking you through a god guide. If you're new to the channel, I'd love to tell you what these are. Basically, I'll walk you through an overview of the god, what he looks like. I'll talk about his abilities, where he sits in the current meta, and basically give you an intro to how to use his abilities, how to build him, and give you some suggestions that, disclaimer time, personally work for me. This may not be your best build. This may not be what you find works. I know there are a lot of people with a lot of different ways to do things, but I'm offering my expertise for those who would like to check it out and use it and try it for themselves. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. I am excited to do this. This has been actually a pretty difficult guide to prepare for you guys because there's just so much to cover when I'm talking about Odin, and also want to get a great game for you all. So there's a lot to cover, but I feel like I have a pretty solid team here with an Ares, Chang'e, Xbalanque, Alquang. I feel like this is going to be really, really good for us. So if we can potentially get a chain, we might be able to go ahead and do something here. We missed the chains, but that's okay. So one of the things I'd love to start off with is just talking about who Odin is and what kind of a role Odin plays in the basically the battle arena, but also just in Smite in general. Odin is a physical god, so he's going to be in your face. He's got two main components, and it's one, a really there we go. He's got one, a really strong early game. Die in my thing, bro, please. Thank you, but he didn't die in my thing, unfortunately. Let's slow him here. We don't have enough. We're gonna have to get out of here. But he's got two really interesting, and I think if you were gonna talk about Odin, you talk about two main components to him. One, his early game bird bomb, which just does an insane amount of damage. He's got a very strong early game, so for those who like to kind of get going early, it could be a very fun god for you. Have a lot of control, have a lot of damage, have a lot of presence. The other thing is this Ring of Spears, and we're going to talk about both of those things a little bit more in depth. But first, I want to walk you through his abilities so you know what they are, and that way we can all have the same page that we're communicating on when talking about Odin here. Looks like he is in trouble, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in, initiate. We might be able to initiate on this, and, oh, I got my ring up. And, oh, but, oh my god, no way, because I died. That didn't work. Well, unfortunately, I got killed by Apollo with the So Beautiful, but that's okay. We did help get that kill. We were 3 and 5. We're down by a little bit. Not exactly the way we wanted to start, but still applying some good pressure. That Sobek got a very nice pick. But let's talk about Odin's abilities, because they're very straightforward. Basically, Odin's passive is called the Allfather. Very appropriate. If an enemy dies in Odin's Ring of Spears, Odin permanently gains physical power. So what this means is that the reason I tried to throw my thing of spears up at that time was because I thought Sobek was just about to die. If that happened, I would have gained 5 physical power, which is pretty cool. It's a strong passive because what it allows you to do is build physical power without actually building physical power items. You could basically have a physical power bird bomb. Oh yeah, Kraken coming, but we avoided a lot of that. He's totally done. And what do we want? Do we want to turn on the Sobek? I've got my shield, so I'm okay. Yeah, I gotta get out of here. Unfortunately, he's building a little too tanky for us to have taken him down. But I did want to see if I can get that chance. It just didn't work out for us. So, I'm going to wait. Actually, I want to get shield, but I've got my physical power, my physical protection. Ugh, I do want to get shield, but this is where I look to get blink, unfortunately. So I'm actually going to prioritize blink, and I'll talk about that in just a moment because that's really, really important, in my opinion, to Odin's gameplay. Go ahead and clear these minions. As you can see, Bird Bomb, extremely strong to clearing the minions. Bird Bomb is basically his number 2 and his number 1 together. It does an insane amount of damage. But his abilities are very straightforward. His number 1, his passive is really great for building that extra that extra damage without actually having to build it into items, which is always great. You can go a little tankier with Odin and still have some physical damage on him. The other thing that's important is that really synergizes in your decision making and when to put up your ring of spears. Sometimes I really didn't pay attention to this, and I lost out on a lot of extra physical power that could be helping me to stay kind of above the curve in terms of you know, playing with my teammates. Now, here's the situation that I wanted my blink for. I don't have enough mana, so I'm going to go back and get my health and mana up, because this could just be a very good situation for us. I've got my blink up. There's someone over there in the corner. Who is it? It's Poseidon. We might just want to go for him. Who's got beads? Man, why are you going to pull him out? There we go. Look at the damage we just did there. I feel like we need to go on the Sobek. Oh, man, come on. I can't. The Poseidon was coming. I didn't want to get crippled at that point. So we'll go ahead and head back here. But it really does matter when you place up your Ring of Spears. So you get that extra physical power. I haven't been able to get anyone to die in my Ring of Spears yet, but we're hoping as the game goes on that does become something more of a trait here. Now, they're doing a lot of damage to me, so I'm going to be backing up here, letting my team go ahead and clear these minions. I thought I might have been able to catch Apollo with the jump. He's actually focusing me a lot, and so in terms of this item right here with physical protection, magical protection, I've helped myself a little bit. Now, one of the other items you can build on Odin that I may not be building right now because I'm going more of a bruiser role with him is a breastplate of valor. I actually really like that item on him. What it will do, we just don't have enough to follow up. I wish we had enough to follow up here. But we got to prioritize these minions. Unfortunately, we really do, because if they creep in, we're just not going to be able to stay involved in this game. Wow. He's going for the throw, but I've got my shield up. So we're able to escape, which is wonderful, but he did stop us. I guess he had to use his ultimate to stop us. So that was a decent little trade there, but I would have loved to get that Poseidon. We're going to go into Jotunn's Wrath now. So we're building physical power, physical protection, magical protection. We're getting a little tankier. While we're over our 50% health marker, we're gaining 20 physical power. While we're under that, we're gaining 50% health, which is great. Jotunn's now is going to help us with penetration, cooldown reduction, mana, and physical power. So we're going to be getting a little stronger, and we're going to have our abilities up more often, which is one of the things I really want to mention with Odin that makes him relevant in the later stages of the game. As you can see, my ultimate is already back up. I have a very fast cooldown on my ultimate, so it's going to only get faster because of the fact that, now I know Nija's ultimate is not there, right? I know his ultimate is not actually, and I know Poseidon's ultimate should be down, to be honest. Now let's see. Let's see. Oh, his ultimate is up. We're going to go on him. There we go. Anyone coming, it's okay. I've got my shield. I am not gettable now, which is fantastic. We're able to get out. We're able to go ahead and get that Naja. And he did not die in my ring again. What the heck? This is poop. I've been trying so hard. But again, see, that's kind of the issue with Odin. I mean, it's not an issue. It's just one of the things you really need to try and work on, because it does make a difference if you're able to do that. I mean, I might have been able to have 30 extra physical power right now, which would be huge. Get out of here. What are you doing? You can't be. You're by yourself. Come on. What is this? What is this baloney, man? Whirlpool coming, don't worry. look how close to dying he is. Pretty incredible, huh? How much damage that actually took off that Poseidon. He is now out of this fight, and this could be bad for them. We're going to go ahead and put people in our ring here. Yeah, she Uma Invictus in the wrong place. We have got someone to die at least now. Unfortunate for me. I'm going to have to get out of here, especially with the Poseidon coming, and he's looking at Kraken. I'm going to tell everybody to retreat. Be careful because the Poseidon is being there, and we're going to go ahead and pick up Jotunn's Wrath. So we've got a lot of assist. We're still helping out with this team. We haven't been able to get a ton of kills, but of course, as a warrior, it's not necessarily your role to do that. We want to make sure our Jablonke, our Alquang, Chang'e, they're getting kills, they're being fed, and we're doing a good job here. So, Odin's abilities, number one is called Lunge. It basically does 300 damage, max rank, plus some percentage, and it's kind of a slow jump, to be honest. It's a little, meh in terms of an actual escape, although it does have a very big landing radius. As you can see, that can hit a lot of people, which is great when you have someone to pair it with. And so, it's kind of but still, it's decent. Now, oh, look at that. There we go. There we go. We're going to get out of here. We do not have enough. I would like to jump. Execute, baby. Come on. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and help push these minions to make a little bit of a stronger push as we come forward. And we're going to drop back. As you can see, Odin just being really a nuisance with that. We finally got one person to die. Hallelujah. He'll show up as these little marks. And we gain some extra physical power just for that. So now I'm feeling good. Now this is where I can start getting a little bit more, building a little bit more so that I have some more physical protection. And that's what I'm going to go ahead and pick up Runeforged. What that's going to do is give me some physical protection, some health, 350 health, and 15% of my physical protection is going to be converted to physical power. So I should be seeing... There we go. And we'll go and do that. Oh, we can't slow the Poseidon. But we're going to go ahead. He used his jump already. Thank you. Thank you. We should get some money for that assist, right? Yeah, we will. Thank you, baby. We'll go ahead. We'll jump on these guys and the Bellona. We'll slow her. Uh-oh. We're doing some damage here. She's got to use her ultimate, but she's going to get... Oh, she didn't get stunned. Very nice. All right. So we forced the ultimate out of her. And we're going to be moving back. Nice push. We're 2-1-9. And again, having a lot of presence. Now you can see how important that blink is to my gameplay. Because of the fact that if I was just doing this, whoa, it's like, okay, let me take a nap. Let me go do my laundry. And then I'll escape your jump because it's that slow. But blinking in and then throwing your Ring of Spears up is relatively devastating for most of the enemy team. Now, if my Ares was a little bit more aware, he would be bringing them after I do that into my ultimate. Oh, I missed. I was guessing. Oh, we got him. I got him. And we're going to jump on all three. We're going to get a huge bit of damage here. That's going to be great for our team. We're going to be able to push. They're all retreating now. Poseidon's the only one there. He's used his Whirlpool. I don't know, guys. We might have been able to go on the Poseidon there and the Apollo. We've got both of our tanks. They've got to push minions. Let's stay safe. We'll go ahead and grab buffs, and we'll go back. I can finish my Runeforged Hammer. That will help me out definitely against that Apollo as well, who is 5-3. Really their only threat in this game. So let's talk about his shield, which is the combination, the 2 and the 1 is the combination called the Bird Bomb. Basically, you activate the number 2, and then you go into your number 1, and which is the jump, and you cause a significant amount of damage. His shield basically gives him 400 extra health plus 112 health, and it does bonus damage if you have no health taken off of it when it explodes. So the idea is that, oh yeah. Oh, yeah, I wish I would have And now, this is how I'm defensively going to be playing. Using that shield, trapping them in there, giving my teammates an opportunity to have a very small radius to aim and hit them, and then going ahead and jumping out myself because I was getting pretty low. I'm going to go ahead and take... Oh, damn, girl. Damn. I mean, just go ahead and take that from me. Why don't you? Jeez. Women these days. No, I'm kidding. I love women. Especially my girlfriend, honey. Sorry about that. Anyways, what we're talking about here is a really damaging combo that early game can take off a majority of any assassin, hunter, mage's health. And even late game can do a significant amount of damage. You guys remember when I jumped on the Poseidon, that was pretty devastating. Now, I know his Kraken is down, and he's now being a little bit safe. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. And that is called focus. That is called focus. Now I'm going to be jumping out of here. I'm going to be throwing up. I'm going to be throwing up my shield so I have a little bit of help to get out. And we're going to be pulling back with a really nice engagement. Now, if I do need to go back in, I might be able to. Oh, wow. This Odin. Did he get... Oh! We're going to bird bomb here. We're going to slow. I don't think we have enough. Our ultimate is back up in 10 seconds. If we stay around in this fight, we might be able to. Let's clear these minions. Let's actually go ahead and clear all these minions. My ultimate is up. If I catch the Poseidon, Okay. Jump! No! The Poseidon cripple! Oh, dear God. Well, that was a problem. Without the Poseidon cripple, we would have gotten out. It would have locked him in there, jumped out, and they would have been in there for the next, several seconds. Unfortunately, the Poseidon cripple came. That whirlpool is OP, man. OP. Anyways, we're going to be moving on to the next item, which is Winged Blade. I picked up Winged Blade because it gives me health, gives me cooldown reduction, it gives me attack speed and movement speed. And when I am hit by a slow, I am immune to slows, and my movement speed is increased by 20% for 4 seconds. So this is really good ability. When someone tries to slow you, you basically just say, nope, sorry, I'm actually going to be increasing my movement speed now by 40%. It's a great haha kind of ability. And the next item I like to finish off with that will really help with Odin's presence in his ring is the Mystical Mail. Doing that constant 40 damage per second will really allow you to have a little bit more presence and damage as a player when you are in your ring. Now, if you're going for the Jabalanque, I'm going to get out of here in a second. And I just wanted to help save my Jabalanque. Now, the reason I did that, you felt, man, Evan, Raynday, why did you lock all up in, your Apollo all up in your thing? He was in danger. Well, we haven't talked about the number 4 yet, but we will in just a moment. The only thing to mention about the number 2 that I didn't mention already is that the bonus damage is significant. If you can actually jump in without it actually having damage take place, you can do a lot more damage. It's 25%. So it's a big deal. I'm going to go ahead and space out this Poseidon so that he can't be in this fight. As you can see, I'm doing my job there. And now they might just be in a problem. I think she's already used her rally, so she's definitely going to die. And again, the Poseidon is spaced out and wasn't even able to make a difference in this fight, unfortunately. He's been slowed. We've got a lot of damage going down on him. I'm going to slow him. Oh, it was so close. Very, very close. Again, I'm going to look to space out the Poseidon. But that Sobek is just on a silly rampage. His Whirlpool's down and his Kraken is down. I know that. So I'm actually going to be jumping back. The Poseidon thinks he might be able to. But unfortunately, I have a couple tricks up my sleeve, buddy. And see, he is over there not able to deal with me. One of the great things about Odin, especially now my ultimate's back up in, what, 30 seconds? So we're okay. We don't feel like we lost too much out of that. I do want to go ahead and grab this blue buff because it will allow me to have my cooldowns a little bit faster, which, can you imagine, a little bit faster is pretty crazy. And we'll talk about his number 3 very quickly. His number 3 is a slow. It slows for 2.8 seconds and for 40%. That's pretty strong, and it's really good utility, especially with it being up every 6 seconds. So you can really position yourself to have a very, very nice team effect here if you get that slow in a good position. Now we're going to force a lot of ultimates, a lot of things happening here. A lot of people are locked in the ring. I'm going to be going for the Poseidon, and there we go. I now want to turn onto the Sobek. That's who I want to focus my attention on. And we finish the game there. Now, of course, Ring of Spears is what you've been seeing. When I put people in that, they lose their attack speed reduction. They lose their healing reduction by 100%. And Odin is immune to slow and root effects. So this is really, really strong. The ring also is basically it's incorporeal, so you can walk through it as an ally and get yourself into that ring or out of it at your leisure where the enemies are trapped. So you can also shoot people through it. It's not blocking anything except for the enemies, which is wonderful. The only person who can't actually get out of the ring is Odin unless he jumps out, but he does have a jump, so he has a way to escape. But you have to be careful. If you initiate with your jump and you don't, and you know that's all you've got, you're not going to be able to then go ahead and unfortunately, get out of your ring if you want to. I've had a lot of times where I've jumped in and then just wasn't very happy about how that was turning out. No one was following up. I was pretty isolated, and then all of a sudden I wanted to get out, but I couldn't because I used my jump, and I just died. Sad face. So anyways, there's so many cool things about Odin. There's so many great things to talk about with him. In the meta, he's kind of forced to become this like cooldown reduction dude that just goes ahead and makes his Ring of Spears come up all the time, is a super nuisance, blinks in on people, sets up a lot of kills for his enemies, takes a lot of the brunt of the damage, so to speak, and the focus so that everybody else can clean up. If you have an AoE mage, or if you have someone like Ares to pull them into your sphere and get them stunned while your team can go ahead and aim at them in a very nice position, you really can turn a fight. I mean, it's a great way to space out opponents, to block away certain mages or assassins, and you want to focus the people who don't have escapes. So like a Poseidon who has his Kraken, that's very powerful. You may not want to put your allies in a ring with him if he's got his Kraken up, but if he doesn't, blinking in on him, or like the Ninja, because they don't have their escapes like a jump to get out of it, you can really much just say GG to them and have them go, basically accept restarting back at their base after they die if you just set that up and time that to perfection, because they've got nothing to do, especially if you slow them with your 3. It'll be that much easier for your teammates to follow up and kill them. So guys, that's going to be it for today on Odin. Again, I have a very fun time playing Odin. I'll be playing him a little bit more on live stream and being able to ask, you guys are going to be able to ask questions that you might have to me about Odin, and we'll be able to go from there on Twitter as well at Raynday Gaming to answer any Odin questions or any upcoming questions for that matter. Thanks so much for tuning in. As always, guys, if you like the content, feel free to subscribe. I really would appreciate it. And also like and share the video. That matters more than you guys think. That's how a lot of new people see the content. So sharing the video and liking it makes a big difference to me as well. And comment down in the comment section below if you have any thoughts or you have any questions about Odin. I'd be happy to answer them best to my ability. Thanks so much, guys. As always, never give up, never stop gaming, and I'll see you next time.